What's up guys, welcome back, and with this video, as you can see, I only have 3 hearts here, but that's not the point of this video. I'm doing a 3 heart run on a different account. As I said, not the point of this video. As you know, I have found all 900 Koroks without a guide, and what I'm going to do now is just give some hints and tips on how to find Koroks. Now, there'll be quite a few jump cuts in here as I move between the areas where I'm finding the Koroks, going to the actual positions of them. Don't actually have a lot unlocked on this map at the moment, as I've not done very much, but I'm on the Great Plateau just now, right here on the Great Plateau, and the first one I want to show you is these daffodil or flower trails. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have seen these already. As you get close to them, they vanish, but a lot of you might not have noticed that another one appears. If you continue on and just follow it constantly until the white one appears, when you get to that one, the Korok will appear, and that's how those Koroks are found. With that, we'll move on to the next one. Now, this one's also on the Great Plateau, and these ones can be a little bit harder to find because you can be tricked by quite a lot of them. But this ice block here, and you find a lot of these ice blocks throughout the entire game, which is located here on the Great Plateau. Let's see, I should have enough. If you melt this one, sure it's this one. If you melt that, Korok appears in this one. So every ice block you come to, don't waste fire arrows. The only reason I've done that in this one is because I don't have anything else to melt it with at the moment. When you come to them, put down some wood, light the wood and fire, and leave that, and that'll melt it. It takes a little bit longer to do it, but if you light more fires with the wood, it'll melt faster. So that's another way to find it, and while I'm here I may as well show the one that's down here. Right, so that little circle there, these are probably the most annoying to do because you have to get this perfect. So you take a rock and you basically just try to throw it into the actual circle of rocks that's there. You're not going to get it first try, because I certainly never did. Well, I've only got it first try on one, and that's about it. That went spectacularly. Some of these you will need to change it up a little bit. Let's see if this will work here. No, that's going to be too much. So I'll get this eventually. There we go. So throwing rocks into those circle of rocks will also get you them, and you usually find them around bridges by throwing it off, but there's quite a few of them all over the place. So the next one I want to talk over is these block puzzles. Now, I'm sure a lot of people have seen these already. You take this one block, and usually you have 2 other setups like this. And what you have to do is just make sure that both of them are identical. So just put that one there, and then this Korok appears. So that's just the little block puzzle. Simplest one to do in my opinion. And we'll move on to the next one. So the next Korok puzzle is this here. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have seen these. There's a load of different shapes. You can identify them on the map quite easily, as you can see the outlines of them there directly below me. And all you have to do with these ones is pick up the rock. It's usually very close. Some of them aren't. Some of them you have to trek quite a way to get them. Some of them you have to use stasis to knock them into things. But you just fill in the gap and you get the Korok. So the next Korok puzzle, or hiding location as this one most likely is when you see these big silver slate things, not even silver. Stasis, knock them away. Lift up the rock, and Korok. Now, it's not always going to be a Korok underneath these, sometimes you'll find chests, but always lift up every rock you find, because chances are there's going to be a Korok under it, like the one that is... Let's just do this carefully. Is it around here or is it further up? Like this one here. And I'm still on the plateau, so that's them right there in case anyone wants to find those ones. Now with this one, it's another really simple one. If you see a metal chain coming off of something and it's usually got a hole in it, chances are it's a Korok puzzle. So you just get your magnesis rune, pick up whatever it is that's attached and drop it in the hole, and you've got yourself a Korok. Again, one of the easiest, and with that we'll move on to the next one. Okay then, so this next one is basically target practice. You look for that little windmill there, it signifies there is something nearby. When you get close to it you see those balloons appearing. You have to pop all of them, and once you do that your Korok will appear. Let's see about there. And that's how you get your Korok for those ones. Now, it's not always going to be balloons. Sometimes you will have to really look about for them. Sometimes you won't even get this little windmill. Sometimes you just see balloons floating about. If you see one balloon floating about, pop it, you'll get a Korok. Sometimes when you get to these little windmills, you have to look around because balloons won't appear. Sometimes it'll be acorns being thrown about and you have to shoot the acorn, and that's a little bit tougher than it is to shoot the balloons. And on to the next one. Now this next one is basically just a race against time. When you see those little things, don't know what that was over there, once you stand on it, you're going to be having to do basically a timed race. And for this, I know I need to swim, so let's drop that since it's not going anyway. And let's hit that. You just have to make it over there. And once you hit the checkpoint, you get your Korok. Now this one's another really easy one to find on the map. You'll see it as 3 lined up trees, but these ones aren't always... I put these ones in with a few other ones which are basically entirely easy. All you have to do is you'll find some items that are, several of them look the same but one of them isn't the same. You just have to make the one that doesn't look the same look exactly the same as the others that are there. Now this can be 1 all the way up to 5 different items. When it's 1 it's a lot harder to do because you have to just place something on a pedestal. I've only found 1 of those like that, and once you find out what you have to put on it, it's rather easy. So basically what you have to do here is either pick or shoot the apples off of this one. I'm going to shoot them because it's easier. And once you've made them match identically, then you get your Korok. Now with these ones it's not always taking stuff away, you might have to put something in. There's one of these in Kakariko village just outside of Impa's house, and with that one there is 5 statues. 4 of them have apples offered in their little baskets. If you put an apple into the 5th one, another Korok will appear there. So that's the kind of symmetrical puzzles that they have here, and I'm just going to pick all of these up, and a few of them ran down there. So I haven't went over all of the puzzles here. There's still a few that most people would have figured out already. I mean, there's one, as with the rock circles, there's also lily pads. A lot of people would have figured this out straight away with the first Korok they found, with jumping into the water on the Great Plateau to go and get the rusted sword out of that statue. If you find more of those circles and water, just dive into the water and you'll get a Korok there. There's a few other puzzles that I didn't go over, well, really just one other puzzle that I didn't go over, and that's because I want people to find that one for themselves, because that one's quite fun to do. Anyway guys, really hope this helped people looking for the Koroks, and I will talk to you next time. Bye now.